Hi guys, my name is Victoria Bartovich and I am the director of Yoni Elixir. I want to share today a little bit about how you can say no and actually get the person you're saying it to listen. So something I often work with when I'm working with women is their capacity to really be heard in their no. So they'll say no and they'll find that people will still be asking them or still coming close to them or still like trying to override their boundaries. And this is a problem that women have when they're having an experience of drawing in a yes when they're actually feeling a no in certain parts of them. And it's almost like their no isn't strong enough. But what really is going on is that parts of them are in a yes and parts of them are in a no. And finding that congruence inside of them so that all parts of their centers are really saying no. And, I worked with a woman recently who I could feel when she was saying no and like, leave me alone. There was a part of her that was almost still, I was still hearing this part of her that was like, but don't actually go, but don't actually leave. And so I asked her what was happening inside of her body as she was feeling that. And it was that what she noticed was there was like a numbness and a weakness inside of where her solar plexus was. So even though with her throat and her voice, she was saying no, and it was almost like exasperated no, what was really going on in the body was like a checking out of the solar plexus. And so what we started to do was just like bring some energy into the solar plexus. So she did this by tapping, by breathing into this area, by really bringing all of her awareness into this part of her body. And then doing the same thing with the heart and also the gut. These are centers in the body that are really powerful. And when you speak from these places, people listen. So what we really started to do was just isolate these different sections and start to speak from these different parts. So again, when we were speaking from the heart, we just felt a difference of like, okay, I'm saying no. And we felt the gentleness and the love that was coming with that no. And then we came into the solar plexus and we started to move with that energy and go, okay, where is the no coming from when I say no in this way? And what really came alive when she started to activate and sound from that part of the body. So there was humming to start with, like moving the sound through this part of the body. And then she was saying, like, okay, see if I can say no from this part, like, no, no, no. And what she was sensing was actually there was like a part, it was like it was coming back to life, this part of her body. So it took time for her to be with this part of herself. And as she started to be with this part of herself, she started to notice the will and the power that was coming through as she spoke from this part of her body. And then when we came down into the gut, it was just like this very grounded, like, no, and it was almost like the center of her gravity was pulling her down as she was really bringing this no to the world. And when she started to feel the difference between all of these centers and being able to say no from all centers in her body, there was a sense of like it was really landing and really being heard as she spoke this out to people. So if is an experience of you're having where you're finding that you're saying no, people are overriding your boundaries, you're feeling like you're just falling into this people pleasing, going ahead with doing things even though you're really feeling like a no inside, start to practice saying no from the different centers in the body. Can you say no through the heart? Can you say no through your solar plexus? Can you say no in the gravity of just who you are and your unwavering identity inside of your no? When you find this place, you're going to find that you are much more easily received, you're felt, you're known, you're heard by the people in your life, and you're going to feel your power of your no. And the beauty of finding the power in your no is that you're also going to find the power of your yes. And when you bring through that power of your yes, and you say yes and you mean it, and people can trust that you mean it, you are creating a gift for people to experience this, knowing that they can actually be completely honest with you. They can really ask for what they need from you, and that you're going to give them a very honest yes or no. That makes you a deeply safe and responsible and reliable friend, person, peer. So, really, I just implore you to practice this and have it be known that you are somebody that can be trusted in your yes and heard in your no. Thanks, guys.